888 Crime received a $100,000 donation today, increasing the reward for Nancy Guthrie. And that is now up to $102,000. This in addition to the $100,000 FBI reward already being offered. It comes as the search for Nancy Guthrie has now entered its third week, and several major investigative leads are actively being worked on. Since the FBI released that doorbell video, the case has moved quickly. Monica Garcia has been following it from the beginning. She joins us live in the Catalina foothills with where the investigation stands tonight and how we got here. Monica.
Hi there, Sean. Tonight, investigators say they are leaning on evidence found inside Nancy Guthrie's house behind me over the course of 3 weeks. Biological evidence, they tell us tonight. So that could be things like, it could be like saliva, it could be blood, it could be hair, it could be skin cells. They're not telling exactly what the details are. But I must say that a lot of information has been circulating, and we want to set the record straight as to where we do stand in this case.
Investigators say several major leads are front and center right now. Walmart is a big one. The backpack seen in the doorbell video has been identified as one sold exclusively at Walmart. Detectives are reviewing recent sales, credit, and debit transactions. And the pacemaker is another key focus. Investigators are working with the manufacturer and the FBI to determine whether the device's signal, including possible Bluetooth, can be tracked. The suspect was armed and wearing a holster described as unique. Detectives are canvassing gun shops to identify both the weapon and that holster. Investigators continue urging neighbors within a 2-mile radius to upload surveillance footage, while Google works to retrieve additional Nest camera video using what the sheriff calls a delicate scratching process. And when asked about the Mexico border, the sheriff says entry and exit data is accessible and being reviewed with federal partners. So let's talk about how we got here. This all shifted last Tuesday morning, February 10th, when the FBI released the doorbell video showing that masked man approaching Nancy Guthrie's home and remaining inside for about 40 minutes. That same night, a man in Rio Rico was detained for questioning. He was later released. The next day, a black glove located, later sent to CODIS as part of the forensic work. Then came Thursday, February 12th, a major turning point. A tent was erected outside the home. The FBI then announcing a $100,000 reward. Investigators asked anyone within a 2-mile radius to upload surveillance footage. Detectives began entering nearby restaurants, asking kitchen staff to voluntarily provide DNA samples. And that's when neighbors began placing yellow flowers outside the home. And here at the station, we put up a Bring Her Home banner. 2 individuals were later detained in Shadow Hills and then released. To help filter leads, a surveillance upload webpage was launched. Now 18 days later, and no arrests have been made. But investigators say this case remains very active.
And the sheriff also addressing what a lot of people are talking about right now, the possibility that Nancy Guthrie could be in Mexico. They say they are aware of that possibility, and of course they are looking into that, and they have been with their federal partners. From the foothills, I'm Monica Garcia. Sean, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Monica, as they continue that investigation following all those leads. And right now, investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case are still appealing to residents in the area this afternoon. And they're asking for any videos or images of vehicles or anything suspicious looking in a specific radius. You see it right there. Now that within Campbell Avenue to Ina Road to La Cholla and River Road. Investigators say they're looking for any leads, especially doorbell or surveillance video from the night of January 11th between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. and from January 31st to February 1st overnight between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. They say even footage of passing cars could help in their search. And we have a link on our website, KVOA.com, where you can submit your video. Investigators just ask that you include your address and the date and time that video was captured. Once again, that is the video of the suspect captured by the doorbell camera at Nancy Guthrie's home. We've shown it to you many times, but investigators say it's never been more important to share that description of that possible suspect. They say they believe it is a man between 5'9" and 5'10" tall. You see the gloves right there as he came to the camera. That person wearing a ski mask. He was also carrying a black Ozark trail hiker pack. and has what appeared to be a gun at his waist. And of course, if you have any information on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, you're asked to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. And here at News 4 Tucson, we're inviting you to sign a banner outside of our station to support Nancy and her family during this very challenging time. Nancy's daughter, Savannah, you may know as a familiar face in the KVOA family, having worked here before becoming a co-host of the Today Show. And this is video of that banner today. The number of signatures on the banner growing by the hour. I was out there earlier, just overwhelmed by the response. Now, in addition, we are now seeing more yellow flowers out front, the color signifying hope and remembrance and a longing for the safe return of someone who is missing. Folks, it's your chance to share your own words of support in the effort to bring Nancy home as we plan to send the banner to the Guthrie family. And you can find that banner right outside our News 4 Tucson studios off Stone and Drockman at 209 West Elm. You see it on the map. And for continuing coverage on the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie, be sure and stay with News 4 Tucson on air, online, and on all of our social media platforms.